Hello, dear friends and companions. Today, we're embarking on a truly captivating and intricate deep dive. Before we unravel this chilling mystery, I want to make sure you can stay connected for all our future explorations. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube, and join my Telegram channel where I wrote my ID in the caption and description and in all the videos at the bottom corner. Follow me so that I can present the best story to you. Our story today. We're plunging into a gripping narrative that unfolds right in the heart of Tehran. It's a medical mystery, but one that's deeply interwoven with a chilling criminal underworld. We've got a fascinating stack of sources here that lay out this complex web of deceit, revenge, and so many unanswered questions, all leading to a really shocking crime. So get ready to put on your detective hats because our mission today is to navigate all the twists and turns of this investigation, extract the most critical insights, and really try and understand the bigger, more unsettling picture behind Silenced Heart.
Indeed. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how a single brutal crime committed in a place that's supposed to be about healing an ICU, it just quickly peels back all these layers of history, uncovering decades-old injustices and revealing a criminal network far more extensive, far more deeply entrenched than anyone could have initially imagined. We'll be connecting the dots between some profoundly disturbing medical ethics, cold-blooded murder, and this persistent shadow that seems to haunt the city. It really demonstrates just how deeply intertwined past actions can be with present devastating consequences. It's a journey into how yesterday's buried secrets can become today's headlines.
Okay, let's really unpack this then. Picture this. Tehran, deep in the winter of 2024. The sky is just heavy, gray, thick with snow. It casts this sort of somber mood over everything. And our story centers on Shariati Hospital. It's one of the city's oldest, busiest hospitals, a place that's seen countless battles between life and death over its long history. We're specifically on the fourth floor in the intensive care unit, the ICU, a ward where the very air, hums with this delicate balance of existence. You can almost hear it, can't you? That steady rhythm of ventilators breathing for patients, the insistent beeps of heart monitors marking time, the soft, hushed footsteps of nurses moving like shadows through those cold, antiseptic corridors. It's that nightly symphony of hope and despair, a high-stakes environment where every second counts, usually in the fight against disease or injury. But on this particular night, the fight was against something far more insidious, something deliberate.
And that immediate, visceral atmosphere is absolutely crucial for setting the tone here. The sheer contrast, between the sterile, life-preserving purpose of an ICU and the chilling reality of murder taking place within its walls, it's deeply unsettling. It immediately grounds the narrative in a specific, almost sacred space and time, and it heightens the tension, making everything that follows even more jarring. An ICU is designed as a sanctuary, right? A place of last resort for healing. Yet here becomes the stage for a calculated act of violence. This violation of its very purpose, as we'll see, it isn't just a physical act, it's symbolic too.
Right. And into the scene steps Dr. Kamran Sabori. He's a 42-year-old cardiologist, widely regarded as one of Shariati Hospital's absolute best, celebrated throughout the medical community for his unwavering dedication, his profound commitment to his patients. From the outside, you'd imagine him as the picture of calm professionalism, someone totally above suspicion, always focused on his critical work.
A dedicated healer.
Exactly. The sources paint him as this dedicated healer, a doctor at the very peak of his career, someone whose life was defined by saving others. And this initial, almost pristine portrayal of Dr. Saburi makes the subsequent revelations about his hidden life and his ultimate fate all the more shocking. It creates this stark, almost unbearable contrast between his public image and the darker, more unsettling truths lurking just beneath the surface.
But as we delve deeper, it becomes clear that behind that calm, professional exterior lay a deeply guarded, significant secret. And this immediately raises a fundamental question for us. How deeply can we truly know even those we trust implicitly, especially individuals operating in high-stakes environments like medicine? Our sources tell us that rumors, persistent whispers in those hushed hospital corridors hinted at Dr. Saburi's past involvement in an old case, illegal drug trials.
Going way back.
Way back, all the way back to the 1990s. And this isn't just some casual, dismissible rumor. It's a deeply disturbing seed of suspicion, planted nearly 3 decades ago. It suggests a history of profound ethical breaches that, it now seems, was finally catching up to him. And what's truly fascinating here is how these whispers directly connect to a name we've encountered before in other chilling contexts, Farhad Rahmani.
Rahmani. The businessman.
described ominously as a mysterious businessman whose dark footprints were tragically seen in previous serial murders across Tehran. The mere mention of Rahmani instantly broadens the scope of this individual crime, pulling it into a much larger, more ominous criminal network. It suggests Saburi's past was inextricably linked to a dangerous present.
Okay, now picture this precise moment. It's 2 a.m. in the ICU. The ward is quiet, just the rhythmic hum of machines, maybe an occasional soft chime. Nina Murati, she's a 28-year-old shift nurse, meticulously doing her rounds. As she moves through the ward, she notices Dr. Saburi. He was actually scheduled to hand over his shift an hour earlier, but he's still there.
Still around. That's the first little red flag.
It is. A small deviation from the norm, a subtle signal that something's off, a tiny ripple in the predictable nightly routine. A feeling of worry starts to creep in, like a quiet alarm bell in her mind. She decides to check the doctor's restroom. Empty.
Empty. Uh-oh.
The unease grows, that prickling sensation of wrongness. It compels her to systematically check the ICU rooms, and this gradual buildup of unease, it's classic, isn't it? Where the mundane slowly gives way to the terrifying. Her intuition, that small but insistent feeling of dread, is what ultimately leads her to the horrifying discovery.
And it's in room number 7, where a critically ill patient was admitted, that Nurse Murati is confronted with a truly horrifying scene. Dr. Saburi slumped on the floor, a syringe half inserted into his neck, his face pale, lifeless eyes staring vacantly at the ceiling.
Oh, God.
It's an incredibly vivid and disturbing image. It cements the immediate, visceral horror of the discovery. But crucially, next to the body, there's a chilling note, scrawled in red ink. Hearts that are silenced are worthy.
Hearts that are silenced are worthy. What does that even mean?
Exactly. The note itself is far more than just a message. It's a signature, a declaration, a twisted justification. It instantly transforms this from a tragic sudden death into something far more sinister and premeditated, a deliberate statement left by a perpetrator who wanted their message understood.
And the sources describe Nita's reaction. Her blood froze, she shouted. You can feel the terror.
Absolutely. It conveys the profound terror of that moment, marking the stark shift from quiet routine to full-blown crime scene. This immediate frantic response from Neda, then the hospital guard, Mehdi, rushing in, calling Dr. Faridan.
And the police arriving within the hour.
Yes, it establishes the urgency and the gravity of the situation, kicking off what becomes this sprawling, complex investigation.
So within just an hour of Nita's discovery, the ICU isn't a place of healing anymore. It's swarming with flashing lights, crime scene investigators, and at the epicenter of this sudden chaos is Detective Bahram Sharifi. He's a name already well known for cracking other notoriously tough cases. He's the one taking charge here.
Not a rookie, then.
Definitely not. He's seasoned, astute, stepping into a deeply unsettling and potentially familiar scenario. His very presence, his reputation, it signals this is no ordinary incident. You get the sense that if anyone can navigate this labyrinthine web and unravel this conspiracy, it's Sharifi.
Right. His reputation is incredibly important because it suggests that level of expertise, a history of confronting precisely these kinds of dark, organized forces. Like you said, this isn't his first rodeo with this kind of activity, and that experience will prove absolutely vital in connecting the dots. He immediately starts processing the scene, methodical, almost clinical, a stark counterpoint to the horror of the discovery. It's almost like he recognizes something, a pattern maybe, like he's been subconsciously expecting a return of this particular shadow.
So in room number 7, the air still hangs heavy with that smell of alcohol, antiseptic, but now mixed with something else. Unsettling. The syringe is still there, exactly where it was found, half inserted into Saburi's neck. It contains a colorless, unknown substance.
Precise, clinical, almost surgical.
Very. But it's that note, hearts that are silenced are worthy, that really snags Sharifi's attention. And here's where it gets really interesting, connecting to that larger narrative we mentioned. Because the handwriting, the phrasing, that chilling declaration, it's strikingly, almost unnervingly, similar to notes from previous high-profile cases.
Which cases?
We're talking Justice Wants Blood, found at the brutal murder of Colonel Karimi, and that distinctive bat mark discovered in the infamous night bat case.
Wow. So this isn't just one murder.
Not at all. It's a terrifying echo, a chilling signature that immediately links Saburi's death to a series of unsolved horrors that have plagued Tehran. It's like the killer, or this network, isn't just committing a crime, but making a deliberate, defiant statement, almost taunting the investigators with their unique, recurring calling card.
This is a truly critical, pivotal moment for the investigation, a breakthrough of recognition. The detective's immediate, almost instinctual recognition of these patterns unequivocally suggests a serial aspect to these crimes. It confirms Saburi's death is likely not an isolated incident, but a calculated part of a larger ongoing campaign of violence and intimidation.
Broadens the scope massively.
Instantly, it raises the stakes dramatically, connecting Saburi's death to a much larger, far more dangerous criminal network
Yeah.
that Sharifi has obviously been pursuing. The methodical nature of the killer, leaving these specific identifiable signatures, it's not random. It's a hallmark of a highly organized, perhaps even ritualistic perpetrator. This isn't a crime of passion. It's a meticulously calculated message delivered through murder. A chilling communication for the shadows.
Sharifi then turns his attention to Nada, the nurse who found the body. She's still visibly trembling, her voice barely a whisper. She recounts her observations from that night. She tells him Dr. Saburi was undeniably strange, almost unnaturally worried about something, checking his phone repeatedly, compulsively, and she even saw him delete a message just hours before his death.
Delete a message. That's significant.
Very. She also speculates he might have been dating someone. This is the first real crack in Saburi's professional facade, isn't it? Suggests a personal life that was maybe tumultuous or at least filled with anxieties beyond the usual stresses of an ICU doctor. And that deleted message, that's a glaring red flag, points to a deliberate attempt to conceal something.
Nita's observations are indeed the first vital hint of Saburi's profound personal anxieties. They strongly suggest he either knew he was in imminent danger or was entangled in something far more complex, more perilous than just his professional life. The act of deleting a message is particularly telling. It implies a communication Saburi wished to hide, maybe even from the very people, like Sharifi, who'd investigate his death. If we connect this to the idea of a targeted assassination, it suggests Saburi was maybe aware, sensed the danger, and was trying to protect someone, or erase a link.
Raises questions. Was he expecting someone that night? Was that message a warning? Or destroying evidence?
Exactly. It paints a picture of a man under immense, escalating pressure.
Following Nada, Bahram questions the hospital guard mid-A. Mehdi didn't see much directly, just a fleeting shadow in the hallway, a man cloaked in a dark coat.
Vague, but specific in its vagueness.
Right. A shadow elusive, hard to pin down, yet distinct enough to stick in the guard's memory. And that detail, the dark coat, while maybe minor on its own, it immediately resonates with Bahram. It feels chillingly familiar.
A recurring motif.
Yes, something he's encountered before in his pursuit of this mysterious, interconnected network. Like a phantom calling card appearing at multiple crime scenes.
And this shadow is incredibly significant, precisely because it aligns so perfectly with the elusive figures associated with those prior related cases. It powerfully reinforces the idea of a professional, unseen operative, further cementing the connection to the larger criminal network Sharifi is now strongly suspecting. This isn't just a random intruder, it's a ghost from previous investigations, a recurring, almost spectral motif that screams organized crime. The very vagueness, coupled with this consistency across cases, underscores the cunning, the professionalism, the operational security of this network. They operate largely undetected, leaving only these spectral glimpses.
It's a deliberate tactic, maybe? Intimidation and deniability.
Could be.
So, with the initial witness accounts gathered, Sharifi immediately turns to the hospital's electronic eyes, the CCTV footage. At 1:45 a.m., the cameras capture a chilling glimpse. A man, obscured by a dark coat and a brimmed hat, entering the ICU corridor. The face is frustratingly blurry, a tantalizing but ultimately incomplete detail. Keeps total ID just out of reach.
Right.
But a crucial observation. His height and general stature bear a striking resemblance to that mysterious businessman, Farhad Rahmani.
Rahmani again, the name connected to the old drug trial.
Exactly. Then another camera shows Dr. Saburi entering room 7, and a mere few minutes later, that same shadowy figure emerges and quickly exits. This is it, isn't it? Concrete, compelling evidence, even if visually incomplete, links a specific individual or type of individual to the scene and the critical time window.
The blurred face almost feels symbolic of the whole conspiracy. Shadowy, elusive.
It does.
The CCTV provides crucial, albeit incomplete, visual confirmation. The blurred face, the dark coat, the brimmed hat, highly consistent with previous sightings linked to Rahmani. It strongly implicates him or someone connected. And the quick entry and exit after Saburi enters the room, it points directly to premeditation. The killer knew when and where to strike. The target was specific.
And the lack of fingerprints on the syringe.
Ah, yes. It suggests gloves. Further cements the idea of a professional, calculated act, a chilling hallmark of these connected cases. Not an amateur. This is meticulously prepared executioner, part of a larger machine.
Okay, so after carefully sending that lethal syringe to the forensic lab, Sharifi revisits the doctor's restroom, searching meticulously for anything else. And there, on a table, he discovers Dr. Sabori's personal notebook.
His notebook, what did it say?
Inside, scrawled in urgent, desperate handwriting, a chilling note. Romani knows, if I say anything, they will kill me.
Wow, that's direct.
Isn't it? This isn't just circumstantial anymore. It's a direct, agonizing confession of fear. A desperate, posthumous cry for help from the victim himself. It's a literal smoking gun. Irrefutably connects Saburi's anxieties, the ones Nita saw, directly and explicitly to Farhad Romani and a clear, fatal threat.
This is truly where all the disparate pieces start to violently click into place. Saburi's personal fear, alluded to by Neda, now explicitly linked to Romani and a direct threat. It confirms his deep, dangerous involvement in his secret and provides the first concrete, indisputable motive for his murder. Silence. It raises that huge question. What exactly did Saburi know? What truth was he about to reveal that was so dangerous, so threatening to Romani and his network, that it warranted such a brutal execution?
Right inside the hospital walls.
The note isn't just fear, it's a posthumous indictment, pointing the finger directly at his killer and the broader conspiracy.
Armed with this explosive discovery, Sharifi immediately connects the dots back to those lingering rumors of illegal experiments. He dives headfirst into the dusty hospital archives, often overlooks, but now holding potentially deadly secrets. And there it is, undeniable evidence, records from 1999, whispering of illegal drug testing on vulnerable ICU patients.
1999.
Both Dr. Saburi's name and, chillingly, Farhad Romani's name appear repeatedly in internal documents from that period, but the official record. The entire case was inexplicably closed due to lack of sufficient evidence.
Lack of sufficient evidence. Convenient.
Incredibly, it's like finding a ghost in the machine, isn't it? A nearly quarter-century-old scandal, a profound ethical breach, officially swept under the rug, now resurfacing with deadly consequences.
Suggests Saburi wasn't just involved. He was potentially a key player, or maybe a direct witness. Someone who held knowledge that could unravel this decades-old cover-up.
And the case being closed like that speaks volumes about the power and influence likely at play back then, capable of burying horrifying truths.
It wasn't just a cover-up. It was a deliberate, systematic erasure of a deeply troubling chapter in the hospital's history, one that now, decades later, was literally spilling blood in its corridors. This is a classic cold case scenario, but with a terrifying twist. Strongly suggests not just a cover-up, but active involvement of powerful forces manipulating the system. The reemergence of this nearly 25-year-old scandal is absolutely pivotal. It implies Saburi wasn't just a victim, but potentially a key participant or witness to profound ethical breaches never truly resolved, merely suppressed.
And his murder now screams that he was on the verge of exposing something buried for decades.
Something a powerful network was desperate, perhaps existentially desperate, to keep hidden. It illustrates with chilling clarity how past transgressions cast incredibly long, terrifying shadows, and how true justice can sometimes take an agonizingly long time to even begin to surface.
Often prompted by another tragedy.
Exactly. Forces us to consider the immense reach of corruption, capable of silencing truths for generations.
So, with Romani's name now firmly at the center, Sharifi moves swiftly, goes straight to Romani's opulent mansion in Zaffarani, exclusive neighborhood. But, just like in previous cases involving this guy, the mansion is eerily empty.
A ghost, always one step ahead.
Pretty much. Romani seems to be a phantom figure, perpetually slipping through Sharifi's grasp. This pattern only makes him more menacing, more central to the conspiracy. It's like he anticipates Sharifi's every move, playing a terrifying game of cat and mouse.
But did he leave anything behind this time?
He did. This time, Romani left a trail. In the mansion's dark basement, Sharifi finds a box filled with similar syringes to the one used on Saburi, along with incriminating documents detailing illegal drugs, their distribution.
Okay, that's physical proof, not just circumstantial.
Definitely. It shows Romani isn't just involved. He's deeply, profoundly at the heart of this operation. And most tellingly, nestled among the documents, a letter, explicitly addressed to Saburi. Kamran, stay quiet, or your heart will be silenced.
Chilling. The explicit threat. The premonition that came true.
Confirms the motive, outlines the horrific method, points directly to the mastermind, all tied together.
This discovery, even without Romani there, profoundly solidifies his direct central involvement. The identical syringes, the drug documents, and that explicit, chilling threat letter leaves absolutely no doubt about the motive and the professional, ruthless nature of this network. It's a clear warning. Shows Saburi's death wasn't random, but a targeted, calculated execution linked to these old secrets. What's fascinating is Romani's calculated anticipation. He's elusive, but leaves behind this meticulous trail that confirms his malevolent presence. It's almost a taunt.
Leaving enough to confirm suspicions, but always just out of reach?
Exactly. Forcing Sharifi to chase raises the question, is Romani the main boss, the ultimate orchestrator, or just a very competent enforcer in a deeper hierarchy?
Good question. So Shirfi heads back to the hospital, holds a critical conversation with Dr. Faridown, the 60-year-old hospital director. Decades of experience there. Faridown reveals something crucial. Saburi had recently become increasingly suspicious. He told the director he'd seen someone in the hospital parking lot repeatedly wearing a dark coat.
The dark coat again. Corroboration.
Yes. It aligns with Nita's observations about Saburi's anxiety, but adds a concrete detail. He was indeed being watched.
So he wasn't just paranoid. The threat was real, present, lurking.
That dark coat becomes more than a vague detail now. It's a symbol, a silent uniform of surveillance and impending doom. Indicates long-term, calculated stalking.
This corroborates Saburi's escalating paranoia and the tangible threat he felt. Unequivocally suggests he was under constant surveillance, confirming the long-term, systematic nature of the danger. The consistent description links the surveillance directly to the perpetrator, creates that distinct, recurring visual motif for the network's operatives. It implies careful, patient stalking, characteristic of a professional organization planning its assassinations, highlights the psychological torment Saburi must have endured.
Knowing he was a marked man, time running out.
A chilling thought.
Acting on this, Sharifi immediately checks the hospital parking lot, meticulously searching for any traces. And there, etched into the grime and sparse snow, undeniable physical evidence. Footprints. Large, distinctive boots.
Like,
Strikingly similar to those found in the infamous night bat case.
no way.
Yes, and next to them, a small, telltale piece of black cloth, just like the one found previously in Mellet Park.
Physical anchors to the past. Undeniable connections between Saburi's murder and those previous serial killings.
It's almost like the network is deliberately leaving breadcrumbs, or taunts, explicitly connecting these crimes across time and locations.
The night bat case, Mellet Park, now intrinsically woven into this new investigation, confirms Sharifi's deepest suspicion. He's dealing with a persistent, evolving pattern of criminality, orchestrated by a singular, powerful entity.
These physical clues are irrefutable. They tie Saburi's murder directly to that broader series of crimes.
The boot prints, the cloth, they physically place the killer not just at the murder scene, but in the vicinity days before. Watching Saburi, planning, underscores the extreme caution, professionalism, and almost perverse pride of the network, simultaneously untraceable yet leaving these subtle, haunting signatures.
Like they want their message understood by Sharifi, a macabre communication between hunter and hunted.
Precisely.
Then the forensic lab delivers its report. Sheds clinical light on the method of death, the liquid in the syringe, a meticulously crafted lethal combination, potassium chloride and an as-yet unknown substance.
Designed specifically for what?
Instantaneous cardiac arrest. While this specific compound hadn't been seen in previous cases, the sheer precision and effectiveness point to an experienced killer, someone with sophisticated knowledge.
Not simple poisoning. A bespoke weapon designed for a specific, silent, virtually untraceable death?
The slight shift in the substance used, while the injection method remains similar, shows chilling adaptability and deep, maybe medical knowledge.
This level of sophisticated, almost surgical execution elevates it. It's like medical terrorism, using healing tools to inflict death.
This forensic detail is chillingly precise. Potassium chloride, often used in lethal injections, right, disrupts the heart's rhythm.
Exactly. And its combination with an unknown substance suggests a highly sophisticated, perhaps medically trained perpetrator, capable of creating a unique, untraceable weapon. Minimal forensic footprint beyond its devastating effect. The professionalism, the calculated choice of compound, powerfully reinforces the idea of an organized operation.
And that note, hearts that shut down deserve it, takes on a new, darker, more literal meaning now.
It does. Not just justice or revenge, it's a cold, clinical execution, perfectly aligned with their weapon and message. Raises the question, who in this network has the medical or pharmacological expertise to concoct this? Suggests the conspiracy extends beyond business dealings into specialized fields, a far more diverse, capable network than maybe first thought.
Okay, Sharifi senses there are still pieces missing from Nita's initial account. He speaks to her again, gently pressing for any forgotten details, and this time she reveals something absolutely critical. A true breakthrough.
What is it?
A few days before he died, Sabori had confided in her. He told her that if anything at all ever happened to him, she should immediately tell Detective Sharifi to investigate Case 78.
Case 78.
Wow. This is it. The victim's final, desperate attempt to guide the investigation, to break the silence from beyond the grave.
A coded message. A literal breadcrumb left for Sharifi, pointing him towards the truth.
Sabori clearly trusted Nita immensely, and implicitly trusted Sharifi's investigative acumen to piece together this final, crucial puzzle.
It's the pivotal moment, where all the disparate clues finally converge towards a single actionable lead. A desperate plea for justice from a silenced heart.
This is indeed the absolute breakthrough moment, the turning point. Sabori, knowing his life was in danger, left a direct, coded message. A final act of defiance.
A profound demonstration of his agency, even in his final days, trying to ensure his story would be heard.
The fact he trusted Nita, and specifically told her to tell Sharifi, suggests that faith in Sharifi's ability to connect the dots.
The specificity of Case 78 indicates it's not random. A direct, precise reference to an event or file Saburi believed held the absolute key to understanding his impending doom and the network's deepest secrets.
A powerful moment of victim empowerment, even in death.
Absolutely.
So, armed with this critical piece of information, Sharifi immediately returns to the hospital archives, a place he now knows holds more than forgotten history. He searches meticulously, and finally he finds it. File number 78.
When it relates to
A patient who tragically died in the ICU back in 1999. The very year of those whispered illegal drug trials, the autopsy report inside reveals a chilling cause of death due to an injection of an unknown drug.
and Saburi.
His signature is starkly visible on the report.
Oh my God. So he wasn't just aware, he was directly involved, signed off on it.
This is the heart of the conspiracy, literally found in the hospital's dusty old records. Saburi was an active participant, or at least a signatory, on a report detailing a death directly caused by them. But there's a problem. A devastating one.
What?
The file has been tampered with. Critical pages are missing.
Missing pages. Evidence of a deliberate, systematic cover-up. A desperate attempt to erase the truth from the official record. Ties the current murder directly and unequivocally to that decades-old crime.
Here we see the direct, undeniable link to the 1999 illegal drug trials. Case 78 wasn't just a random patient. It was a victim of those unethical experiments.
And Saburi was directly involved, signing the report. The tampered file. Missing pages. Evidence of a deliberate attempt to erase history, obliterate the truth. It highlights the extreme lengths this network would go to, and has gone, to protect its darkest secrets.
Suggests Saburi's murder isn't just about silencing a potential whistleblower now.
No, it's about continuing to protect a deeply buried scandal involving profound ethical breaches, medical malfeasance, and likely multiple deaths. Raises an incredibly important question for the institution. Who else benefited from this cover-up? Who had the authority, the access, the audacity to tamper with official hospital records? Hints at deep systemic corruption.
With the conspiracy deepening, Sharifi takes a strategic step. Visits Police Station 12, speaks with his old colleague, Colonel Bazornia. The colonel confirms a crucial detail that narrows the scope dramatically. Saburi had reported receiving serious threats a few weeks before his death.
He reported them.
Yes, and more specifically, he mentioned that one of the old people in the hospital was threatening him.
One of the old people.
Okay.
That shifts the focus.
Dramatically. From the elusive external Romani to someone potentially within the hospital's long-standing staff. Someone with deep institutional roots. Raises the chilling possibility of an insider. Someone with intimate knowledge of the hospital's history, procedures, and its buried secrets.
This isn't just an abstract threat, it's highly personified. Coming from within the very institution Saburi worked in. A profound internal betrayal.
This information refines the search dramatically. Pivots the focus from Romani to someone historical, internal.
And Saburi was actively trying to get help. He understood the gravity and the specific source of the threat, suggest a deepening dread, profound isolation for Saburi. Knowing the danger was potentially someone he knew, worked alongside.
Makes the betrayal even more personal, psychologically devastating, adds a layer of tragic irony.
Definitely.
So Sharifi, now with a refined target, meticulously checks the list of old staff members from Shariati, and there a name jumps out, Saeed Kazemi. Records show Kazemi was a nurse in the ICU during the exact same period in the 1990s when those illegal drug trials took place. Even more telling, he was later fired from the hospital for a serious violation. Though the specifics are murky in the archives.
Fired for a violation. Hmm.
Now he's reportedly working at another hospital in Karaj, near Tehran.
This profile fits almost too perfectly. Old person in the hospital, connected to the ICU during the trials, potential motive for resentment, or maybe deeper involvement due to his dismissal.
His relocation to Karaj also adds suspicion, attempting to distance himself, physically and psychologically, from his past at Shariati.
He's a walking, talking link between the past and present horrors.
Kazemi fits the profile Sharifi pieced together with unsettling precision. Connection to the 90s events, motive, relocation, it all lines up.
Provides a crucial, tangible link between the murder, the old scandal, and the broader network. Suggests multiple actors with different personal motivations, but a shared interest in silence and twisted revenge. Brings the conspiracy into sharper, more human-centric focus.
Sharifi wastes no time. Tracks Kazemi down in Karaj. Confronts him. Kazemi, around 50, cold eyes, initially denies everything. Stone-faced refusal.
But Sharifi pushes.
Oh, yeah. Sharifi seasoned. He calmly presents the evidence, the documents from Rahmani's mansion, the identical syringes. Faced with irrefutable proof, Kazemi finally breaks. He smiles bitterly, a chilling, vindictive smirk, and says with disturbing conviction he deserved patience. Those who were involved in the 1999 experiments must pay the price.
He admits it.
Unequivocally, admits working alongside Rahmani, states their shared goal was to punish, one by one, those involved in the illegal experiments from years ago.
The moment of truth. The chilling confession unravels the direct partnership, reveals the terrifying motivation, cold, calculated revenge, self-appointed brutal justice for past wrongs.
But then Sharifi presses further, demands to know who the network's main boss is.
And Kazemi.
His eyes go cold again, stubbornly silent. Merely states, some secrets are better kept in the dark.
Chilling. So Kazemi and Rahmani aren't the ultimate orchestrators, just enforcers. Hints at a far more powerful, still hidden figure pulling the strings.
Means the story is far from over, just revealed its true, horrifying depth.
This is a truly crucial, horrifying confession. Kazemi reveals the why, that cold, calculated quest for revenge, executed with chilling precision. Confirms the partnership with Rahmani, but his refusal to name the main boss, that some secrets are better kept in the dark. Incredibly telling. Indicates a hierarchy, a far more powerful figure orchestrating events from the shadows. Raises the question. If they're just operators, how extensive, how influential, how deeply entrenched is this network truly?
The chilling nature of justice through murder, the implied power of this unknown leader, suggests a profoundly dangerous organization. Escaped accountability for decades, still holds immense power.
Terrifying realization. Even with an arrest, the true puppet master remains at large. The game is far from over.
Sharifi arrests Kazemi, but his gut, his years of experience, tells him this isn't the end. There's more. Lingering darkness. Driven by instinct, he returns to Shariati Hospital, ICU corridors, re-examining every inch, every tile, every shadow, searching for what he missed. In a quiet, forgotten corner under a loose tile, his fingers brush against something unexpected, a secret door.
A secret door in the ICU.
Leads to a dark, claustrophobic tunnel, smells of mold and something else, metallic, sickening, blood. At its end, a hidden room.
What's inside?
A grotesque treasure trove of evidence, more syringes, incriminating documents, and chillingly meticulously organized photographs of previous victims, each a stark testament to the network's cold brutality, and then his blood runs cold. On one of those photographs, undeniably, unmistakably, is Bahram's own face, marked with a stark red cross sign.
Oh my God, his face. With a red cross.
My heart is pounding just thinking about it. The sheer audacity, the menace. This isn't just a lair, it's a trophy room. A dark sanctuary confirming their methodical brutality and profound reach. And that red cross on his photo, a direct, terrifying threat. He's the next target. The mold, the blood, the victor photos paints a picture of a truly grotesque operation hidden in plain sight, literally beneath the feet of those they targeted.
This discovery is truly profound and terrifying, maybe the most significant in the entire investigation. Reveals the physical headquarters, the nerve center, within the very hospital walls where the crimes originated. Chilling irony. The victim photos confirm the serial nature, the meticulous, almost ritualistic planning, a perverse pride in their work. And the red cross on Bahram's photo isn't just a threat, it's a direct, chilling declaration. He is now the next target, personalize the entire conflict.
Raises that deeply unsettling question. How many other secrets, other clandestine operations are hidden within the mundane infrastructure of our cities, our institutions?
This layer symbolizes the deep roots of corruption, the audacity of a network operating for decades, turning a place of healing into a hub for murder, cover-ups, and twisted retribution. Elevates the conflict from a hunt for a killer to a deeply personal battle for survival for Bahram.
Yeah.
Transforms the detective into the next potential silenced heart.
The very next night, back in the supposed safety of his own apartment in Yusufabad, Bahram's immersed in the case files, desperately trying to connect the remaining elusive dots. Suddenly the lights flicker, plunge into darkness.
No.
He hears footsteps. Distinct. Chillingly close. Gun in hand, Bahram cautiously checks his front door. No one there. But on the floor, a single folded piece of paper lies waiting. Your heart will also turn off, detective.
They came to his home.
Bahram stares into the terrifying void of the darkness, a profound understanding dawning. A larger, unseen, incredibly powerful network still operates, meticulously, relentlessly from the deepest shadows.
The ultimate heart-stopping cliffhanger. The hunter has irrevocably become the hunted.
Even with Kazemi caught, the mastermind, the main boss, is still out there, powerfully demonstrating their reach, their chilling power, by bringing the threat right to Bahram's doorstep.
Reinforces the terrifying idea that this network is vast, intelligent, utterly relentless, and Bahram, by getting too close, has just signed his own death warrant.
This ending is indeed profoundly powerful, deeply unsettling. Intensil Mame personalizes the threat, reminds us, the listeners, that evil often lurks far beyond the immediate apprehension of a single culprit.
Underscores with chilling clarity that while Kazemi is caught, the true mastermind remains at large, operating with impunity. The cycle of silenced hearts is far from over. It starkly suggests these deeply entrenched criminal organizations aren't easily dismantled. Deep roots, multiple layers, limitless reach, incredibly difficult, maybe impossible to fully eradicate.
Forces us to confront the harsh reality that some battles against corruption and entrenched power are never truly won, only momentarily contained, leaving the most dangerous elements to regroup and strike again.
This isn't just a gripping crime story, is it?
Not at all. It's a profound deep dive into the hidden, murky layers of justice, revenge, and the ethical lines so easily, brutally crossed in the name of twisted progress or personal vendettas. Forces us to really wonder about the profound secrets institutions, even those we trust implicitly, might hold, and the extreme lengths people will go to, whether driven by distorted justice or a desperate need to silence truths.
It's a terrifying reminder that what we perceive as safe, sterile environments can often conceal the darkest human intentions, profound betrayals, and the longest-held grudges.
Exactly. What truly stands out and should resonate with all of us is the chilling idea that past transgressions, even decades old, ones we think are buried and forgotten, can have utterly devastating consequences in the present.
This narrative raises fundamental, uncomfortable questions about accountability, the incredibly long reach of corruption, and the inherent difficulty of truly finding closure when powerful, unseen forces are perpetually at play. Forces us to confront the unsettling truth that some cold cases are cold, not because they're genuinely forgotten or unsolvable.
But because they are actively, powerfully, violently suppressed.
Precisely. And it highlights that the desire for revenge, for self-appointed justice, can be an incredibly potent, persistent motivator, even for those who believe they are simply righting old wrongs.
So as you ponder this chilling, unresolved narrative, ask yourself, if a network this organized, this patient, this ruthlessly effective, operating for decades, can exist and thrive within the very walls of a place explicitly meant for healing, how many other silenced hearts are out there, still waiting for their truth to be uncovered? And perhaps, how many more dedicated detectives might one day find a red cross chillingly marked on their own photograph?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into a truly unsettling and deeply thought-provoking mystery.
We hope this intense exploration has given you plenty to think about and perhaps a new, stark appreciation for the profound shadows that can lurk patiently beneath the seemingly ordinary surface of the everyday. Dear friends and companions, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube, and join my Telegram channel where I wrote my ID in the caption and description and in all the videos at the bottom corner. Follow us so that I can present the best story to you.